Good morning, Dr. Milind bhai.
Good morning, Gitendra bhai. How are you?
Absolutely fine, sir.
Great.
Sir, it is nice to see you on the web meeting, and it is I am fortunate enough to have you today on this meeting, and I would like to introduce Dr. Milind bhai, although he doesn't need any introduction. We all Foxian know him. Uh, he is running Naval Maternity and Nursing Home in Sholapur. And he's also owning one novel maternity and nursing home, that is Asha Kiran Sperm Bank and Infertility Center in Solapur. Sir was president in ISOPAR from 2016 to 18, was deputy secretary general in Asia Oceanic Federation of Perinatal Societies. Sir is an international figure. He has attended many conferences internationally. He was vice president of Foxy in the year 2011 and honorary treasurer in ISPAT from 2019 to 21. Is deputy secretary general in INSARG, ex-chairman Rural Obstetric Committee of Foxy 2004 to 2008. So if I will go through these different posts, so unlimited associations, I can see that you are holding different posts in different societies. So he is national editor member of Foxy website. That is one of the most important thing. And he is professor and head of the Department of Obstetric and Gynec in Gandhinatha H Medical College. So welcome, Dr. Milind sir.
Yeah. Gitendra, thank you very much for all those kind words. But you know what I appreciate about you, Gitendra? You are, actually desire to make people aware about all these medical legal problems in our gynecologist group. Because what I notice, whenever it happens to any gynecologist, they are always feel themselves very much inferior. Though quite often it's not their mistake per se, the situation arises where you need a lot of sympathy as well as the good direction, and that you have always done for so many gynecologists I have noticed, and that is really remarkable job you're doing. And I'm so happy to interact with you today. I have certain actually queries in my mind, then that's why I thought I must speak with you today. You know, what happened recently, I was just discussing with one of my junior, actually the doctor, and he was asking me about indemnity insurance. Like we all take indemnity insurance to protect ourselves in case suppose we face any medical legal problem. So I just wanted to ask you, what should be the decision about the junior doctors, or the, according to the age we should decide? And what about all those doctors who are working in the government hospitals? Some of them, they work in an army hospital or the ASIS hospital, where we feel that they don't face any medical legal problems, and it's mainly the private practitioner face a lot. So what is your opinion on that?
Sir, actually, if we will go by the grammatical interpretation of Consumer Protection Act, it is clearly mentioned that somebody who is treating patient free of cost. So that means in government hospital it is on concessional rate, which is near to nil. So in those circumstances, that patient does not fall into the definition of consumer, and they cannot demand compensation. But there are a few recent cases decided by the National Commission in which compensation is granted against government medical colleges and government hospitals also. We all know the case of Krishna Rao. That was the case in which ROP, that is retinopathy of prematurity case, was there. And against Tamil Nadu government hospital, the compensation of 1 crore 72 lakhs rupees was granted. There are many cases going on against PGI Chandigarh, against AIMS Hospital, and recent case of the base camp hospital Gurgaon versus Dr. Alka Srivastav. So in that case, 5 lakhs rupees compensation was granted against Army Hospital for missing anomaly while doing sonography. So there are many cases which are decided against government hospital, against army hospital, against ESI hospital, and a few cases are being filed against junior resident and senior residents of the institution also. So looking to those all kind of cases, it is now clear that National Commission is now not considering them immune to this law, and it is advised that every junior resident or senior resident who are operating in the hospital, maybe government hospital or any government institute service person should take indemnity for themselves to protect themselves.
Good, yeah. Very nice, Gitendra. You said immune. So I just wanted to ask you, what is the difference between indemnity and immunity?
Okay. Sir, indemnity means to clear your losses. Suppose if you have done some negligence and due to your negligence some damage has occurred to the patient, so that damage is to be compensated to the patient by different commissions. Now, once you will pay to the patient, whatever loss you have there, that loss will be compensated by the insurance company. So that is the indemnity policy. But usually indemnity insurance company comes into picture when something happens or some case is filed or some notice is being served to you. But before that, everything is to be done before that.
Correct.
When you receive notice, your document is already prepared. You cannot make any changes in the document later on.
Correct.
Immunity means, immunity is a service where they give you the guidance that how to make legally valid documents. And if you have apprehension in a particular case, then how to make document of that particular case in advance so that you can be saved in the court of law. See, in court of law, document is the only weapon in your hand. That is the only evidence in your hand which can save you. So immunity services provide you legally valid documents and they prepare your document in advance so that you can be represented properly in the court of law.
Very true. And that is very essential thing the people should learn about. Last question I wanted to ask Gitendra about, every time this vendor comes to me to take my premium for the indemnity insurance and he asks me, whether we should increase the amount, and then I always feel myself, look at him, why is asking so, whether someone is complaining about me. Fortunately, I never faced medical legal issues up till now, but I just wanted your guidance on amount, how to decide about the amount of indemnity insurance, whether it differs from junior, senior, the practice, actually the potential, how to calculate it. Yeah.
Sir, actually, in recent era, if we go through the different cases, the maximum amount of compensation granted against a single doctor is 72 lakhs rupees. So looking to that, if you insure yourself for 1 crore rupees, then that is a good amount. And but definitely, as said by you yourself, that it depends on the quality of the patient you are serving. So suppose you are treating the high quality or patient, if you are serving suppose Mukesh Ambani, then what amount of compensation will be granted if anything will happen, that cannot be imagined even. So, and there is no capping of compensation in India. So looking to the area in which you are working, looking to the capacity of the patient to whom you are giving treatment, you should indemnify yourself. Yes. So you should take at least minimum 1 crore rupees wherever you are working. This is the minimum thing. And in recent, this our Foxy insurance, you can take 1 crore rupees insurance by only paying 6,300 rupees. Correct. So that is a very small amount, I think.
Yes,
to indemnify yourself.
Yeah, that is quite remarkable move by our president, Dr. Alpesh Gandhi. Yes, and sir. I think I must congratulate him as well on this platform, because see, that was what we should do for all our members.
Yes.
Gitendra, thank you very much for resolving all those queries which I had in my mind. I'm very sure your all this knowledge and the concern about our OBGYNs is going to go a long way. I know that you are contesting for the post of Vice President West Zone. I wish you all the best. I'm very sure that you will definitely win with flying colors.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Gitendra. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.